Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Bo's Mopar Garage. If you saw the last video, we put the pilot shaft bush bearing in this back of the crank. That took some doing. It's pretty interesting, so keep an eye on that. We're getting ready to put the flywheel on here, and then we're going to attempt to dial and indicate the bell housing. So we're going to put these here's the new bolts. Those must be for the bell housing, I would think. And here's these guys here. So they got fastener assembly lubricant, but we're supposed to put thread locker on there too. So I don't know how that's going to work. But these are ARP bolts, so I guess we'll run with what they sent us. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, I'm curious to figure out what the lubricant.
Well, lubricant's not going to work with the thread locker. The thread locker's not going to work with the lubricant.
Not sure why we need the lubricant.
Well, my thinking is that they wouldn't have put it in here if we didn't need it, because that would save them money, right? Oh, instructions. Oh yeah.
Hey, why we need the lubricant?
Flywheel bolt without washer and slate. Pre-check bolt numbers. Do not use any washers. Lubricate the threads of the bolt with Loctite 242, which is what this must be. Okay. It doesn't say. Under the head of the bolt. Lubricate the thread of the bolt with Loctite and under the head of the bolt. Then install the flywheel onto the crankshaft. Tighten bolts hand tight. Using alternating crisscross pattern, torque the bolts to 70 foot-pounds using specified lubricants. Step 4. All right, so I guess no thread locker. 70 foot-pounds. That's what it says. All right, so we'll open this up. Get the bolts out here. And these are 12-point. I hate when they do that because I don't have many 12-point sockets. Guess that's what we got to use. I have to go find a socket. One of my sockets is 6-point. All right, go find a socket. Gotta get the flywheel out.
Dirty.
Yep. Okay, we're clean. Yep. Gotta line these up because they're not centric. That looks good right there. Yeah. You want to start. There's one. There's two. I get them all started. These 3 or 4 bolts, 3 or 4 threads. What?
You got your text from the bank.
Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. So 70 foot-pounds. Everything's a struggle. These are 16 millimeter, which I don't know what that equates to. Is that 11/16? All right, 70. This is my old school snap-on torque wrench. You have to put some on the other side to hold it. All right. Yeah, well, I tried that when I got it. All right. Yep. All right. All right, which way is it going to spin? The other way? Yeah, you're right. sure I got them up. Okay, we're good. Yep. Yep. Okay. You just leave it there. All right, now the flywheel. I mean, they got bell housing. Wipe up some of this grease before it ends up on my knees. Yeah. Okay. Bell housing. Look at these washers, they don't fit. Yep, red threads. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, these bell housings are the same as a old school 318 or 340 or 360. And the washers are too big. Again.
There it goes. Push hard.
All right, put one more in. This one in. Okay. 9/16. Yep. Good enough. Maybe we'll put the rest of them in, just in case. That one does not take one, I guess. Okay. It's sitting flush. Bet you these are starter bolts. Maybe. All right. Let's pause that. We'll get the dial gauge in here. So we put the flywheel in here, and we've got the dial indicator on it. What we're looking for is less than 7 degrees. Or 7 millimeters, I think, right? Less than 7 something on the gauge. So I'm going to spin this, and anything less than 7, close enough. So we're going to make a full rotation. We still good?
Yep.
Let me know when we went around the way. It'd be easier to spin without the sparklers in it, but looks like we're good.
A little bit there. About 4.5.
That's within spec.
And we're back down.
Okay, so we're good. Okay, so we're good. All right, perfect.